So this is the light and dark energy check for Sagittarius. Oh. We have, on the light side, we have horned cactus, resourcefulness. And then on the dark side, we have hiding your true self. Getting you have everything you need to proceed. You have an ability or a skill or a talent that you are not using. That's what I'm getting with like the resourcefulness and hiding your true self. You may feel like you do not have enough to use this talent. But what you're being told is that you do. You very much do. Well, that is interesting. You may fear judgment and being condemned for choosing this higher path. Because whenever you are in tune with your gifts, whenever you are using your gifts, it shakes the world in a way that all energies can feel, whether they are high vibrational or low vibrational. And those who are not willing to look at themselves or to do for themselves can find themselves at an imbalance when they are presented with the energy that you are in, when you are in your highest timeline. And so they will try to knock you down a peg in order to make you feel like you can't do it, like you shouldn't be there. And that's not the case. It can upset them because when they see other people doing things that they feel like they can't do for themselves, they are like, how dare you? How dare you do something for you? How dare you do something that brings you joy when I am living in grief and stress and strife? But they don't know that in order for you to even grow a single flower, you had to be here. You had to survive through the desert. You had to collect water wherever it was and whenever it deigned to rain upon you. From what little resources you had to learn to create from that. And sometimes these people even have far more resources than you do, and yet still wonder why it was you that is able to do this. Because like with on the light side, with the resourcefulness and the cactus, we have judgment. And then right after judgment, let me cover this up, we have the devil, which is giving like this condemnation energy. And then the Eight of Cups. And in this, they are going up towards the universe, going to higher realms, moving to a higher emotional state, a higher vibrational state. And when you do that, a lot of the times it can feel like you have to leave so much behind. And when you elevate, there are things that cannot elevate with you because they can only stay at a certain point because they would have to heal to go with you. And those who are not able to go with you will condemn you for moving away from them because it's just like, no, I wanted you to stay here with me, or I wanted to be the first one to move. But you can't wait around for other people to move before you do. Yeah, it's giving like, when I move, you move. But it's not always like that. Sometimes people will move ahead without you, and sometimes you will move ahead without people. But the judgment isn't helpful when it's done in a malicious way. Like, you do need to use your own judgment to like what you're doing, where you're going, and all of that. But to use it to condemn another person to keep them in a lower state, it's not helpful to anything, not anyone or the world. And it can really feel like, nobody likes me anymore. It's not that they don't like you anymore, it's that they don't like themselves in the first place. And when they see you do better, they never think that they can have that for themselves. And the best thing that you can do for people who don't want to move away from their lower vibrational states or these like negative mindsets is to elevate yourself, because when you free yourself, you free everyone else. So once you go from here and you free yourself, you become the angel, allowing people to see, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I became when I decided to free myself from this. And it becomes an inspiration for people to do it for themselves, because you can't save anybody. You can only save yourself. And by saving yourself, you're saving everyone. And with I see with judgment and the devil, they both have she has white wings and he has black wings. So it's really a balance of the light and dark energies here. So it's not necessarily dark energy is not always bad, but it's different. So people will condemn it. So whatever it is that your talent is could be different. So people are condemning it. And then you have, with this, she has a sun over her. Wait, no, she's the one with the moon. I'm looking at it backwards. She has the moon over her head, and she has the sun over her head. Again, with the light and dark energy. So you may actually connect to both light and dark energies, maybe angels and demons, whatever you want to call them. Just energies that are different than what most people connect to. And with this, I'm really getting it's a balance of the two. It's not condemning one or the other is not always helpful, but balancing the two can put you in a better state and really make you feel like you're really working with something here. But yeah, you're being encouraged to use your talents. You're not using some kind of gift or whatever because you're afraid of how people might feel about it, or that you might be left alone, or all the people that you may leave behind. But the thing is something you have to realize about the cups sometimes that you carry, they're not your own. You haven't been filling your own cup. You've been filling other people's cups. Your cups have been left behind you. You put yourself aside so that you could fill the cups of others. These were not your cups to begin with. So yes, it may hurt that you have to drop them, but they weren't yours, and you have to allow people to fill their own cup. You're only supposed to give from your overflow. So once you're set and you're balanced, then you can help other people balance themselves. Because then when you're in that state of I am completely fulfilled, you giving to other people won't deplete you, and it won't hurt you. And then we have an end of a tough cycle approaches. So yeah, it's really feeling that with this resourcefulness, that your talents will lead you out of this resourcefulness. Trust yourself. Trust your own inner balance, your own inner knowing. Trust in your gifts, and trust the energies that work with you when you're using your gifts. Because the best way to connect to the other energies, to source, spirit, is by using your gifts. And this could be anything from painting to music to tarot cards, if that's what you're interested in. But yeah, have fun.